I believe you're standing in front of the giant man-shaped tree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's a wild Jimmy
Yes.
Quick throw
flirting
Pokemon.
with a sapphire.
Oh yeah, those two were
Yes,
flirting. Yes.
yes, and I believe we ended with him saying it was a death tree, and I forget which one of you I heard in the VOD speak up and go, what?
It was either myself, Ivy, or
Really?
Thrak. Can't remember exactly who.
I said that's what it's
Mango.
called.
No, yeah, it was. Black said that, and that's what it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah. The what came from someone else. Somebody did say what. That might have been Middy, actually.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Middy response.
One of us.
It does sound like a main response.
All right, let's hit Middy.
Give me a second.
Not Middy with the third person Middy.
Oh, can Middy start talking third person?
No, that's not him.
Middy have no brain. Middy talk like this now.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Crazy. I was crazy.
Then you got over it.
No, just the longer Middy is without her brain, the dumber she slowly gets.
How can you get dumber than the dumbest? It's like for a response. Okay, actually canonical.
Yes, so I went back and listened to it again while you were all rambling. So he said it's the death tree, and then Yulgar went death tree, and then Thrak said what we all thought he said. Oh. He looks to Thrak and Yulgar and kind of nods his head to each of them to acknowledge generally acknowledge their responses. He goes, "Yeah, the death tree."
So when you say death, is it going to kill us or?
Well, no, I wouldn't do that. I've been here before.
Oh, do tell.
It helped me find you guys. Remember when you guys disappeared?
Oh, this is that tree?
The face stuff.
No, that was the stub.
No, remember the stump sent me here.
Yeah, the stump sent you a vision to come here after you found them when you guys were leaving.
No, it was a vision to the tree, and then the tree got me to them. It was a vision to find where the tree was. And then I went to the tree already. That's what I'm pretty sure is what we did.
You guys went to the big stump, and you all went down different paths, and things were wonky. And then you got reconnected, and you stopped as you were leaving to pray at the altar that the other giant tree stump had become. And it showed you a vision of this place.
Okay. Never mind then, I guess I haven't been here.
But you're familiar with
that's-
it, right?
That's not necessarily to say you have never been here. I don't know if you've ever been here. We haven't gotten that far yet. Or I may have said it looked familiar as somewhere you had passed before. It was 10 sessions ago. I don't remember. But it is not a place that you or the group have been together before. Having said that,
I'm just going to stick with what I said. No, no, it doesn't do that.
Okay, so why is it called the death tree then? It still makes me a little apprehensive. Like,
is that Because that's what I called it?
just on a whim? Just because?
I mean, I have my reasons.
Can we know those reasons, please?
Sure, what do you give me for it? Not you, Blue One. We have a different discussion we have to have.
Fine by me.
I already know what you're contributing.
Alright. Give me one time to quickly consult about this. Thrak, please check DMs.
Okay.
Is it what you just DM'd me as well?
Yulgar just looked through his belongings, I have some tea leaves. Do you like tea?
I have this. I'm just gonna show the vial of strange liquid. I don't know what that fucking is.
All right.
And if it's something to be good for us, oh well.
Looks kind of interesting. Could be
Got it
useful.
from a time wolf. If that makes it even more intriguing.
Ah.
I think that's where I got it. I don't remember.
We got it from our past. Oh, not past. We got it from our future selves.
Oh, that's right.
Time wolf. Past selves. No future selves. Maybe past selves. Something about coming to the death tree. You're an odd bunch.
I blame the twins.
Hey.
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 You don't do it. It just happens around you.
Oh, that hurt. Joke.
I blame one of the twins for my current lack of focus. That's a different problem.
That's just one of the upsides.
There? I don't actually want anything from you, by the way.
Oh, thank goodness.
No, alright. Just put the
I was
vial
gonna
back.
make it last longer, but she said it would take too. She said it would take too long. So
So I didn't need to surrender. Okay, good.
You need to think of your future better.
Yeah.
Why live in the
Hmm.
future when you can live in the present?
I mean, I am now curious to know what you were planning to offer.
Yeah, we'll talk another time when there's another deal to be made.
You're not
Oh, you're-
offering that again.
I mean,
Oh, you're one
who
of
just runs into a
those.
Fae once? Who runs into a Fae once?
Oh, you're one of those. I knew one like that once. Anyway. I call it the death tree because, I assume I don't have to explain to everyone that you see the big ass door in between the legs.
Yeah.
Yep.
People go in that and they don't come back.
Wonderful.
Technically speaking, I can't prove any of them are dead. I just assume they are because I figured you would eventually come back.
Can I just start heading towards the door?
Oh my god.
Where are you going?
Amethyst,
I'm
amethyst.
gonna go with
Ivy
Amethyst.
instinctively runs after Amethyst.
This is why I blame the twins.
Amethyst.
These twins.
Guess we're going.
What? I'm curious.
You reach the door.
Can I open it and peek my head inside?
I swear to God, if you get addled again. Not again, but
Scooby Doo stacking on top to peek over with.
You know, that doesn't actually work when you're all the same height.
No, I'm just climbing on top.
oh no,
no.
that's an 88.
Ooh, 88. High baller.
You open the door. And at first, it just looks like maybe magical, like closet or something. Like there's just almost like the white room tree thing you were in before, but this one's solid black, but not like dangerous darkness. Like literally, just looks like maybe it's used as like magically enhanced, basically an oversized bag of holding or something. Then a piano pops out of it.
Piano.
Wait a second.
Pops out of the door?
I mean, it doesn't like pop out like flies out at you, but it like almost sort of fades into existence and rolls out on like a basically like a transport cart or portable stage.
You think that's because you're bored?
I mean, I don't know how to play the piano though.
You know how to play any instrument without breaking it?
Oh no.
Wow. Okay.
That's different type of shade, especially to a bard.
Well, what's the worst that could happen if someone just goes up there and tries to play it?
I was about to try. Can I try to play the piano?
Sure, give me a performance check.
This is your moment to shine.
I believe in you.
30.
Oh wow.
30.
30.
It's a casual 30.
Damn.
I don't know if I
damn.
can play
Well.
the piano.
Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong.
Or whatever the fuck.
I don't know how to play the piano. Play.
You're a savant.
So you've never played piano before? It feels like someone else is playing with your hands. You, despite not being a piano player, you are a performer. You know what it looks like when somebody is lasered in on something they have mastered. You feel yourself playing like this, but don't know how. And what you find yourself playing remarkably accurate hot cross buns. No, I'm kidding. You find yourself playing a piece that, how to describe it? You've never heard it before playing it, and yet it feels like you've known the piece your whole life. Much like the playing itself, is weirdly familiar and comfortable, and yet you know it shouldn't be.
Uh-oh, 55.
You feel yourself playing for about maybe 2 minutes. Most of a short length piece of music, or about the time of a change or break in a longer piece. And you don't know, as someone who doesn't play this instrument, why it's so clear to you. But despite barely paying attention to what you're doing with your hands mentally, or at least consciously, after about 2 minutes, you hit a key, not out of like tune or anything, but just a key you haven't hit up till now in the piece. You just instinctively, for some reason, know from memory of a memory that's probably not yours. For whatever reason, you know exactly the key you hit at this exact moment. It was, they said, it sounds like it belongs in the piece, but it's the first time in the piece you've used it. Is the 55th key. When you press it, you're pushed backwards, not painfully, just like a strong wind when you're trying to walk into it, away from the piano, and it boots much faster than it came out, back inside the hole of the tree, and the door slams shut.
That was... That was weird.
Well, I thought the performance was good.
That was stunning.
Oh, like I said, and I did explain already, but like to re-explain now that you all in character have responded to some of it, or some of you have, let me be very clear. I put it in real world above the table terms because it's easier to explain. You basically just watched Mozart play live.
Damn.
It was once in a lifetime. Whatever happened that when it reacted the way it did was not because of the quality of the playing. Or if it was out of some kind of reaction to playing too well, which you suspect is probably not the case. Typically, if it was some sort of puzzle or magical thing, or even just when you're practicing for an instrument or whatnot in like a school, in like a core class, you want to be the one playing really well or performing really well. You don't think that it would be negative to have done it right. What caused the reaction and the response is unclear. But that was remarkable playing. And then Sapphire. You kind of you are enthralled like everyone else, and then you kind of glance over at Jimmy, just jokingly, ha ha ha, you're hitting on each other. But also, I mean, he's clearly a really powerful fae who's been slowly giving you information about what he knows about this tree, and something weird just happened with the tree. And when you peek over, there is tears coming down his face.
Are you okay?
That was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
Guess we found the instrument you can't break.
Damn.
You're welcome.
Okay.
How
It
did
was
you
beautiful.
do that?
I don't know. It's just like my mind took over. Somebody else was playing for me. It felt like.
Yeah, no, you knew how to do that.
Amethyst,
Hi.
you feel basically like you're being pulled out of your own body. It's a mental thing. You're very aware you're not getting your fucking heart ripped out or something. But it feels like the way the emotional and mental vision you start having feels is basically the simplest, again, way DM to player way to explain it. Because sometimes when it's a weird thing like this, you just kind of have to use real world examples. It looks like the way they would animate, digitize, whatever you want to call it, going to warp in a movie. Like you just see the lines of time, space, stars going past your vision, but your internal vision. And it stops suddenly. And you see someone speaking. The face is fuzzy, as if like blurred out in a video. But the voice you've heard in your dreams a few times before. And they say to you, that was perfect, darling. Well done. And you look down and realize you're looking at what you're pretty sure are your own much smaller and younger hands in front of a piano. And then you zip back to yourself. And since it's a fun story, beating doesn't hurt the game. Add piano proficiency to your character sheet,
Oh, okay.
as you have unlocked a core memory.
Hooray.
Amnesia for the win.
Amnesia for the win.
So, what that means, mechanically, because it does give you a mechanical benefit. Obviously, it may not be something that comes up all the time. But when making a performance check playing a piano, just to further cement the fact that you'll probably never fail at this, now that you are proficient while playing the piano, you have advantage on performance checks to play it.
Okay.
I mean, clearly you needed it with a fucking 30, but at level 5, let's remember. Sapphire, weirdly, despite not being directly involved in what just happened, it seems to trigger something for you as well.
Oh?
Obviously, this is for the players, again, for this kind of explanation. You are pretty sure, well, you're not sure at all as Sapphire, but I'm telling you, the players, you just got warped back to the same vision. Except you got warped back to it while the piece was still being played by young Amethyst. It was the same piece that was just played in front of you as your adults. But you're also part of this older, you assume is older performance, since you're looking at, doesn't take a genius to know you're looking at no older than early teens Amethyst. You grew up with her and still remember enough about each other to know what she looks like and what she likely would have looked like. Even if you don't remember specific memories, you know what she likely would have looked like a decade ago. And you realize you're actually contributing to this performance. You're singing.
Yay!
Immaculately. Like, as in, if this world, which, who knows, I like to throw random modernized stuff, but in a somewhat fantastical way in my games a lot, maybe it will happen. But if currently the world that we are playing in had them, you would be recording records and be making money off of this. You're performing it so well.
See, this is a better path than stripping. Just saying.
Okay, Grandpa.
I knew that one was coming.
Should have expected it.
Can never be happy for me.
And then the performance finishes, and you, in your version of it, your Amethyst, it told the same thing, fantastic performance, whatever exactly I said. And then what you realize is a feminine voice, face still blurred, but clearly a feminine figure, walks over and kneels down to your level. She is a very large woman. And she says, "That was phenomenal. I can't wait to use it again one day." And just as you come out of the vision, you see a weird wisp, smoke, you're not sure what it is, blending with the pullback from the vision, leave what you know is your past self's lips. And go and basically become a wisp being held above the upright facing palm of the large woman. You can't make out her face. But just as you finish pulling away, you realize there is a very odd feature you can now remember about her. She has more than 2 legs. Many more than 2. You come out of your vision. As you do, I'm going to give you 2 things to add to your sheet. One is basically just a note to yourself for a custom bonus.
Okay.
When you make a performance check, you can shorthand it, do whatever you need to do to run yourself. When you make a performance check that uses a dexterity skill, which sometimes can happen, especially in 2024 where it's in the rules officially. Actually, no. Scratch the dexterity part. When you make a performance check, it is for a non-musical performance. Dance, choreographed, movie-style fight scene, acting, whatever. Basically, when you make a action performance check, you get advantage on the roll, and an additional +5 to whatever your normal performance bonus is. This is only for roleplay related things, not combat. There still has to be a limitation on it, or you would just fucking dance, move shit everywhere, and fucking kill everything in one hit.
Truth.
I mean,
The other thing I need you to add is the following flaw.
All right.
He's typing it.
Now, before I post this, and I know most of this group, but you in particular, are good at, sometimes too good at overanalyzing things and the specific wording on them. This one, I want you to be very clear on the wording.
Okay.
Specifically, the second sentence. First sentence is the basic flaw. The second sentence is the story driver of it. And the phrasing is exactly that for a reason.
I see.
Do you get where I'm going with the phrasing there?
Yeah, like I literally cannot sing.
Yeah, literally, because you're not entirely wrong about your joke. Where the inspiration for it came from. I obviously, in a role playing game, I'm not taking your entire voice.
Well, yeah.
Literally, when you try to sing, it's basically a silent spell. You cannot produce singing sounds.
I'm so glad I clocked that so early on.
So can't take her to karaoke night anymore?
No, I'm trying to take all other forms of performance away from her so she can be a stripper.
Oh,
At least we'll have bingo.
Want to guess what a real physical style performance that you get all them bonuses for is?
Griffin.
Stripping for the win.
There's still interpretive dancing career path. Interpretive dancing.
Stripping, and eventually becoming a full-fledged tour.
Grandpa's not gonna like that.
I don't care.
Cirque du
I
Soleil's a
also
thing.
don't care. That's why I'm going for it.
There's Cirque du Soleil type performances.
Hmm.
Is there no modesty anymore?
Nope.
Middy,
Yeah.
you also have a weird vision.
Oh,
Maybe.
okay.
It's just tiefling fucking vision time.
Yeah.
Tiefling time.
Yes.
Girl tiefling
Yes, it
vision
is.
time.
I'm loving it.
Uh,
See, you guys are touched by trees. I'm not.
see,
Clap the trees.
see, here's the thing. I don't remember as a DM exactly what it was, so forgive me for skipping a detail or two. The gist of it, without having to look anything up. The other two tieflings don't remember because they had some sort of actual magic or injury. I forget what it was. Doesn't really matter. They have amnesia. You don't remember a lot of things about growing up because trauma's a bitch.
Yeah.
You are getting blasted with a memory you suppressed.
There.
You are in a room with your old man. Shortly before you decided it was time to go. He is laughing maniacally, as you do remember him doing plenty from the memories you couldn't suppress or chose to keep as your inspiration for your paladinhood.
Uh-huh.
When you look around, you're not in a setting you remember dealing with him in before. You don't recognize the space. But you do hear something. Most brilliant combination of piano and vocal performance. Like, why you don't do music in our house? Not in your house, that's why it doesn't look familiar. You're in a house that, now that you're having this vision, feels familiar, but you don't know why. But the people singing and playing are sure familiar. It's about 20 seconds ago, before you got pulled into this weird visionscape, you were looking at them as adults. You don't remember knowing the other two tieflings as children, but you apparently did. Because you're in the room. And after they finish playing, you realize why he's laughing like that. As you watch, backside of a massive, purple-skinned, gray-haired, 8-legged woman spider walk over to the baby twins. A baby, but you get the idea. And
Oh
reach her hand forward and pull smoke out of Sapphire's mouth. And twirl the smoke in her open palm. And then she seems to put it to her lips and sort of breathe in the smoke, and she gets bigger.
Oh. Oh no.
Not quite. It's not tentacles. She's a spider lady. I mean, technically, I suppose if I hadn't specified it was in a house, I could have made her a giant kraken. But no. At this point, she's yes, but no, because she has to be able to function on land for D&D purposes. So she's actually a spider. No. On the contrary, obviously at like 8 years old or whatever, I'm implying roughly that you guys are a couple years older than Middy, if I remember right. Like you're like early 20s.
Yeah, Middy is younger than us.
And I said it was shortly before Middy left, so she and her left home at about 7, 8-ish. So yes, you guys would be probably about 10. Didn't instantly at 10 years old become a stripper, but you did weirdly start to develop shortly after this incident. Which, I mean, genuinely could be completely coincidence. 10, tieflings are still more or less human age-wise. Could have just been a 10 to 11-year-old blossoming. But it was remarkably close to after this encounter as you piece the foggy bits you can kind of remember together.
Had no need to train the voice. So you trained the hips.
I'm not saying that you made a deal with a devil or demon or pact of some kind for boobies. I'm also not saying that in lieu of that, she caused you to develop hoping to steer you down a bad path. But I'm not saying one or both of those couldn't be possible. What was apparently clear to at this point, though, is the tieflings did all at some point know each other. The boobies. Also, as you come out of your vision, Middy, everyone's there. Jimmy's there. You see another figure.
Oh.
Standing in what to you is the open tree door. He looks.
What does the... Sorry.
This isn't exact, and I have used this art before, but it's a baseline. Just so I don't have to go digging too much for the kind of image I'm looking for.
Okay.
Just so everybody's not like, oh my god, is it even more connected? No, this is genuinely just the fastest image I can grab that gets the general point across. Now, if I can just remember which part of the D&D folders that I keep, I saved it in. It's one of those two. Is it this one? No. It's in an NPC folder. Yes. But yes, I have definitely showed this to people in both campaign worlds across multiple campaigns because I'm sometimes too lazy and think of stuff on the fly. So ignore the specifics.
That's fine.
The general vibe of what you see is this.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
I know
You are very
Hmm.
you are very familiar with, like I said, it looks different than the exact image, but you are
Yeah.
very familiar with the black-skinned
Yes.
tiefling that you are staring at through this doorway that is open now. It's Dad. You've not
Can I
seen
punch
Dad.
him?
You've not seen Dad in
Wow.
what? You're how old did we say you were? 19ish.
18, if I remember correctly.
18.
Almost 11 years, 12 years in that range. I know you had written 7. I might tweak it slightly for connections
that's
now,
fine.
but a good 10 years anyway. Did you want to walk towards the door? He's standing in the
Yeah.
doorway, like past where the threshold of the door would be.
Yes.
Cool. What the rest of you see is the closed tree door that that Minnie is now wandering towards.
Middy.
We all just want to take turns opening the door.
Apparently.
Not me.
Minnie, you reach the door, and he's not like far back, waving at you to come in or anything. He's standing. It'd be like if you knocked and he opened the door. He's at the threshold. What do you want to do? Do you want to swing?
Yes.
Okay. So you go to swing. When your hand passes the threshold, I need you to make me Constitution saving throw. It's like the closest one. A couple that kind of work, but there's different elements at play, and that seems like the one that covers the most of them.
Okay.
Because there's some dex elements, some strength elements, but every character benefits from Constitution in general. But most paladin-y type, fighter type characters rely on their Constitution for a lot of things. So it just seems to fit the most overall. So you're able to catch yourself. I will explain what you're catching yourself from after you decide. Tell me what you would like to do next. I'm aware usually it'd be the other way around, but I'm telling you, you did succeed on the thing you made the save for, so what do you want to do in response?
I think she just punches him, honestly.
You're going to swing with the other hand? Or are you going to swing with the same hand?
Can we see her just trying to punch the door?
Yeah.
We'll get to you.
I tried to help.
The reason I say with the other hand is only because if you've ever thrown a punch or seen someone throw one, the motion, unless you're going to go for a backhand, you're kind of going to have to pull your hand back and load it again, or come up with the other hand.
She's gonna come up with the other hand then.
Okay. Let me see. Let's go. Interesting.
Like that.
You make contact, but it's sort of a glancing blow. Are you going to throw a third punch? Doesn't matter left or right-handed at this point. Just, are you planning to swing again?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. So you make contact, and you can you recognize those hideous yellow eyes. And they're not as all one shade of yellow as in the image. One of those things where it's like, kind of like I described the angel woman's eyes being sort of silvery in places to still make out features of eyes. Kind of how his are like different shades of yellow. That close, you can make them out, and you've seen them many times. You can. Best way I can describe it is you can see the smile on his face, even though he isn't physically smiling. Through those goddamn eyes. He's goading you to try to hit him again.
Which she inevitably does try to punch him again. This time with a lot more force.
I don't know if this command will even work, but I'm going to try it. It did not. Okay. For those of you wondering what the failed command was, it was rolling a D100 with disadvantage. Oh. So. Now he is visually grinning at you like the prick that he is. As he does, you can feel your hands basically going through his face. You can feel the lack of contact of a miss or a dodge. But whether it's magical or your imagination with these weird visions you guys have all had turns having, you're not sure. Could be the fact that he's inside this very likely magical tree, help guarding him. Whatever's causing it, he's giving you just enough satisfaction to see your hand hit his face, but it's clearly not doing anything. In a way that makes you ungodly angry about the fact he still has this much control over you. Also, I need you to make a Constitution save with disadvantage.
Okay. I just want to Divine Smite this bitch.
If you pass this save, I'm going to give you a chance to do just that. Other way around. Save Constitution dis.
Whoops. Okay, I was close.
Absolutely. Oh, that's fine. Absolutely correct in what you were trying to do, just backwards. Which honestly is good enough. It's easy enough to do.
Oh!
Oh, wow.
Almost.
Nat 20 to a 19.
Damn.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Middy is fueled by rage.
Determined.
Okay.
Wow.
Vengeance.
So here's what I want you to do. I don't need you to roll an attack. I don't need you to use a spell slot. Here's what I want you to do.
Okay.
When you use Divine Smite normally, visually, like on your weapon or your fist or whatever you're using it on, what does the magical part of it look like? Is it purple radiant energy? What does it look like when you Divine
I
Smite?
think red crackling lightning.
Okay. So, what you see is you grab this son of a bitch with both hands and you headbutt him in the face with the crackling energy of a smite included. I need you to do me a favor.
Okay.
And I'm sorry that this is a completely nonsense encounter. I hope it's fun.
It is.
What I need you to do is roll. This is why I said don't worry about attack rolls and things. This is a story-driven Divine Smite. Which means I'm making up a custom version of it for this attack. I want you to roll me 12d8.
Dice, a lot of dice.
Just a bit.
If there's like an actual table, like all of us would just
Close.
donate our
forgot
dice.
to roll.
You need the
Almost.
R space.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Also, before you finish putting that, I paused for a minute to figure out what else I wanted to. After the R space 12d8, put another space and a plus sign. 30.
90
Lovely.
damage.
Woo!
That's crazy.
So, Middy, what you see and feel, because to you he has become corporeal enough to make contact. Maybe it's your own rage fueling it. You don't know if what you're seeing is real or not, and right now you don't give a fuck. Straight up. You catch him after all those fucking with you, punching through him, dodging bullshit. You just grab him by the lapels of his fucking jacket and launch a headbutt that, if anyone saw it, which we'll get to what everyone else sees in a second, I promise.
Lovely.
Basically, I'm not even. I'll show it to you because it's easy. Because some people have watched it, are into different kinds of entertainment and stuff. Basically, anyone who did see this would be seeing this as a headbutt to the face. To give you a rough visual. Your head barely moves. You grab him, and anyone who saw it and didn't know what you were doing, basically anyone but you, it would almost look like there's enough movement they can tell that you're doing something leaning forward. They'd basically probably think, if anything violent, you were biting him because of how quick it is. And he, not hyperbolic, not the lightning that shoots from your forehead to the bridge of his nose explodes his head.
Middy is enjoying this.
The rest of you see is Middy walks over to the closed door, stares blankly at it for a minute or so. You're pretty sure there's some sort of magic going on by this point. A bunch of you are, 2 of you are literally one of the above table, one of the fucking most control spell heavy classes. You know what some sort of magical influence looks like. You're not sure if it's a spell or an effect of the tree or what it is, but you know what glassy-eyed, magically induced coma looks like. And then after she stands there for a minute, she does actually reach forward and open the door, which to you all is closed. More specifically, when she opens it to your all's vision, she turns the handle. She grabs the handle, turns it, puts a second hand over the first, and rips the door off as a single, probably 2 foot, probably like 4 to 5 foot wide. Now, before I finish this, I want to re-emphasize that amount. 4 to 5 foot wide single bolt of lightning decimates the giant tree.
Damn.
What
If this
the
were a real body, it wouldn't probably explode the way it was hit with the lightning, but it would be very much like getting cut down the middle, vertically. It would fall in half, which it does. And that's when all of you see something appear past where the tree was standing that was not visible before. As a matter of fact, not only was it not visible, you could walk around this tree, which what's now visible to you would make impossible. Whatever magic was used to build this the way it was, she has broken it. What it was hiding is a gigantic, as tall as the tree was, probably 40, 50 feet. It's probably about that tall at the peak. Cave mouth. With a equally as the door, probably 10 to 15 foot wide. Stone, partially worked, partially natural. Looks like probably more like it was dug mostly naturally. You know, maybe with a shovel, but still actual ground. And then carved partially into stairs from the natural ground. Staircase. That leads way down. Ooh. Does anyone here have... A bunch of you have dark vision, I know that. Does anyone have more than 60 feet of dark vision?
I do.
You have 120, don't you?
Yep.
Yulgar has 120 dark vision as well.
Neither of you can see the end of this staircase.
Damn. Goes on forever,
That's
guys.
really fucking far down.
It does... It's not like it looks like there's maybe a corner cut into it or something. It looks like a big, long, straight down staircase. Not crazy steep or anything, obviously, with that being that long, or it wouldn't be stable. Well, yeah, it goes at least 121 feet. Because you can't see the end of it. And that's where we'll go for break.
Maybe exactly 121.
Love.
Hey, we take one step and say, oh, wait, no, I can see the end of it.
Yep.
So, you all see this massive staircase appear that once was not there as the tree falls away. You also see something seem to materialize from nothing. It is floating upright in front of Middy.
What?
Middy, there's an object floating in front of your face.
I would like to grab it.
Lovely. You feel magic coursing through the object.
Oh. I mean, what does it look like?
Generally speaking, it looks like a battle axe.
Oh. Okay.
Specifically, it looks like a battle axe with red lightning bolts emblazoned on the sides of the blade. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this out to everyone else, but you go to the inventory section of your character sheet.
The giggle of chaos.
For those of you familiar with magic items that exist in the D&D 5e world already, I homebrewed, but basically took a template and homebrewed that. What she received, mechanically speaking, is a slightly modified flame tongue battle axe.
Ooh.
What she received in-game, and it is modified, but I'll tell you about it in a second. It's not a sentient weapon, like some that will talk to you, have a soul trapped in them, whatever. But you do get a feeling almost from it. A feeling that this weapon, well, it certainly seems to fit you, may have been someone else's before. And that it was given a name that just seems to naturally hit your brain. Sort of like the weird memories that aren't yours that you guys have experienced, but this one is pleasant. Knowledge. And the weapon is called Red Bolt. And for anyone who isn't as familiar with D&D existing magic items, I tweaked it to fit the theme, but it basically is still the same as a flame tongue. While holding this magic weapon, you can take a bonus action and use a command word to cause red lightning to engulf the damage-dealing part of the weapon. These bolts shed bright light a 40-foot radius and dim light for an additional 40 feet. While the weapon is ablaze, it deals an extra 2d6 lightning damage on a hit. Bolts last until you take a bonus action to issue the command again, or until you drop, stow, or sheath the weapon. Yours is further customized by also being +1 to your attack rolls and damage. What you all see is this axe appear floating in the air, upright, with the blade turned outward, as if it's telling Middy to take it. Blade is not facing her, there's no danger. And she pulls it out of the air. And you all, at least certainly the spellcasters, you know what magical attunement to an item is. However you came, bard training, what have you, doesn't druidic, doesn't matter. Someone taught you how to use the magic in your own abilities, including knowing what it looks and feels like to attune to a magic item. You can just sense the way she grips it, that the usual practice with the weapon, wear the item for a certain amount of time, was skipped. This item forced attunement of itself to her. Immediately. Middy,
Yeah.
you will also notice one other change to your character sheet in a moment. I'm actually going to without spoiling it for you. It's not, you still play your character however you want. There's a background change, but Not change
Okay.
to your background, but like a behind-the-scenes change more than anything. Either roll me a d2, or... Actually, I'll DM you, that way I don't spoil exactly what it's doing in case you want to lean into it. Roleplay
Okay.
stuff. Don't say it out loud. Perfect. Here we go. I've made the tweak. I'm sure by my question you can figure out what it is. But obviously, since you know my stance on certain elements of the character, of playing the game in character sheets, you can probably guess that it went in the right direction, shall we say.
Yeah.
Eventually, once I figure out properly how to homebrew that, there is going to be one more property on that weapon. You can, for now, just note it in your notes or something for yourself. I'm gonna try. I gotta go back and watch guide videos after session of how to make certain effects work on D&D Beyond's homebrew thing. There's one more effect on it because I'm going buck ass wild with this campaign, because why not? When facing devils or demons, specifically, you can add your strength modifier to your initiative rolls.
Okay.
Hopefully I can get that to apply when you're attuned to the weapon automatically, but if not, if I can't figure out how to do it quite right, then we may just have to get you to do regular D20 rolls for your initiative going forward, but we'll figure that out for next time.
Okay.
Because I'll fight with it after game. For now, you all are standing at what you assume from your bits and pieces of own experiences traveling as adventurers so far, and legendary stories of those before you. Especially if it's going that deep underground. That staircase is going somewhere. Not just like to a door or other. There's going to be a thing at the bottom of this you should probably investigate.
I'm also just waiting for like someone to like start walking that way, because someone inevitably just like starts like walking there. Amethyst.
It's like, oh shit. Time to dungeon delve.
Hope y'all brought some torches.
Wait, sorry, I was talking with my sister. You said there's stairs and a door at the bottom, right?
Oh, there's not a door at the bottom. You can't see the end of the
No.
stairs.
You can't see the end of the
It just
stairs.
keeps-
It's just
Just keeps
But you
going
just
down
get-
and down into the
But
darkness.
yeah, from your own handful of adventures and the legends of those before you, you're like, there's... And just logic, quite frankly. Because, yeah, it's a fantasy world, but there's still humanoid logic. No one's making a 120-foot staircase that doesn't lead to something important. For this thing to go deep enough down, that your two companions who see better in the dark than anyone else still can't see the end of the stairs, you don't make a 120 plus foot staircase or anything really that doesn't lead somewhere worth going.
Well, let's go. Amethyst starts heading down the stairs.
Yeah, because of course.
Middy follows right after.
I'm following the idiots.
Of course, Yogar follow because has to protect his twins from trouble.
I pick up Ivy so we can both go.
Ivy's a little distracted.
So
Doing some
as
taxes.
you all head down the stairs, you hear a weird noise from behind you once you're about 20 steps down.
Uh-oh.
And it gets significantly darker. When you turn and look, you can just from around the edges of the staircase make out what's happening. And from what you can't see, kind of assume the rest. The tree has retaken shape. And as you hear the crunching, not crunching, but like cracking sounds of wood breaking, but it's weird. It almost sounds like it's in reverse. Like instead of the cracking, just the way your brain registers a wood cracking when you step on a branch or something sound, it's like you're playing it backwards. Which makes sense because it looks like it's undoing whatever just happened to it. And then it gets darker. For those of you with dark vision, you can still see at this distance. It gets darker because most of the light from outside is now covered by the tree covering the hole again. There is still light coming through the open doorway, which has also reaffixed itself somehow. Or there was until the now reaffixed door shut behind you and you hear a click.
Well, of course that'll happen.
We're in it now.
Somehow,
No going back.
Well, gotta keep going, I guess.
yep.
Amethyst is just keeps on going. She doesn't even look back.
Middy's following,
So,
but she probably did look back.
the rest of you paused for a moment, caught off guard by the sudden sounds behind you. Middy kind of glancing, but still walking. Basically, you reaching out for one side or the other of the wall to kind of make sure being a little more cautious with her steps, just to make sure she's getting used to the distance between them, so it's easier to walk without looking. And does briefly look back. Middy, you're about 20 or so feet behind Amethyst. The rest are probably about 40 for those that actually paused, which I'm saying is everyone else. Eventually, you all do reach the bottom of the stairs. Amethyst, you reach it first. I feel like probably you went about 200 feet in total. And it flat levels off onto flat ground. Stone and earth and such as you would expect the steep. Mostly same as the stairs, that sort of stony, but not entirely worked. Almost like if you were to take, instead of truly working the stone, it's almost like someone took the stone in its natural state and just kind of buffed it a little bit. Like instead of using a full grinder and hours of refinement, it was more like somebody did a once over with hand sandpaper on it, just to make it smooth enough to walk on. And it extends about 30 feet. And then about 100 feet from there, so from where you're standing to the other end of what you're seeing is probably about 130 to 150 feet roughly. We'll round up and say 150 for ease. You see another platform like the one you're standing on. In between, you see a very old, very worn wooden suspension bridge that is going across a 100-foot wide chasm that you look over the edge and cannot see the bottom. There are what you assume are magical, like basically ever-burning torches. So there is at least some light giving you more view than your normal dark vision would have, because I think yours is 60, isn't it, Amethyst?
Yes.
So you know you're seeing further, you can see further with these light sources than your normal dark vision would allow if it was just pitch black. You figure you're getting at least 80 to 100 feet of usable vision, and you don't see any sign of bottom on that chasm.
Oh boy.
Everyone catches up to you. And you're on this roughly 30 foot across. I say roughly, well, if I actually design a map for at least this floor. Other floors, I'll be honest, I'll probably find a multi-floor map somebody's already made. But this first floor, I'm describing from not having the map to base it off of yet. So, this one I'll design for you. It's a 30-foot wide platform. Sort of almost like a semicircle, but then they clearly sort of squared off the very front, like the peak of the roundness, in order to make the bridge easier to build. And it's old, it's beat up, might still be serviceable. Hard to say. You're staring down at the hole, then across the bridge. And on the other side, probably about the same 30 feet from where you came out the staircase, and this size of the other platform, you see a wood and iron double door. Even from this distance, you can see something written on it, carved into it. It's words, anyway. And just so everybody remembers for next week, including me, here's what it says.
Say hello to the bar from a tavern's far, far away. I've come to sing my song tonight, you're welcome to stay. Put aside your fears and worries, just for the night. We'll feast and drink together till the morning light.
I may tweak the exact wording once I go back and look at this. I'm not going to lie, I'm writing it in semi-Old English, and I can't remember exactly which versions of Old English words go with which type of statement, but it gets the point across. It's not so much written right on the door, because from that distance, it would be, even on a double door, it'd be hard to see this. It's written, sort of carved in with like glowing runes, but basically letters, into the stone wall next to the door. There it is.
I wish. Which is gonna be now.
I was too lazy to read what it says, and also for audio purposes for the handful of people who go back and watch and listen to these. If thy wish is riches and glory, leave now. If thy wish is death, welcome home. And that's where we'll end for this week.